Hello, everybody, and welcome to Will You Give Me a Reading? My name is Jenna Madeline, and today is February 16th, 2022. It is not too late for love readings. I don't just celebrate love one day, love is every day of the year. And so for today, I am offering free love readings. So if you show up, I've got some for yous. We don't have anyone coming on just yet. So let's see if we can maybe remind people. Okay, we are back in it. Sometimes you have to do the countdown, I guess, to let people know who have been subscribing that they're here. Hello for you that are going to be tuning in live, and hello for you that are coming in later. So yeah, as I was saying, I celebrate love throughout the year, but Valentine's Day is hardly one day of the year for me. For me, Valentine's Day is like a whole weekend, a week. So we are still within what I consider that Valentine's Day window. So I'd love if you could join us. I have free readings for love for you. And they are using the affirmators. I'm not sure how to say it. Hey, Susan. I'm not sure quite how to say it, but I'm going to introduce you to this really fun deck that I'm going to be using today. So this is called the Affirmators Tarot. It was a random buy at Barnes & Noble. I think I saw it on sale, and I just really liked the kitty. If any of you know me, you know that I love the kitties. So yeah, that's what's kind of going on. This is a deck I typically would not use in a client-based reading, but it was just so cute. I could not. I just couldn't bear to not take it home. And I will typically, in my own personal use decks that maybe I think a client wouldn't want because maybe they're too sweet or maybe childish or childlike. And often people want to get to the meat and potatoes of a situation. So that's definitely something I do keep in mind when I do readings with others. But let me just show you how sweet and cute this deck is. So here we have this lovely, let me turn my light on a little bit here. We have this lovely octopus with his 8 of cups. So sometimes I will do decks like this at parties or events where there will be people who might be a little intimidated by tarot or scared that they're going to be told that they are going to die or that they're going to be cursed or whatever that is. This is the deck that I'm going to use. So we have 8 of cups. As you see, 2 of swords. Oh, how sweet is that? We have just a gorgeous, indecisive alligator. And then the world. So very modest, very pleasing to the eye, lots of animals. So we have 3 of wands. And I just love this deck. It's just so cute. It looks like it's done with like a chalk. And it's super upbeat and positive, which is something I love when I'm doing certain kinds of readings, or if I feel I myself am doing a reading and I might need a bit of a soft touch. So we have look at this, guys, the Knight of Cups. How adorable is that? But let me stop on the Knight of Cups since we are doing love readings. And if you're here live, Susan, or anyone else, if you'd like to jump in and ask a love question, I am here for it, and I am here to give it to you. So the live for this with Knight of Cups, So let's talk about Knight of Cups, because Knight of Cups is a card. I know it is really cute. Knight of Cups is a card that we'll often see, in love readings, or we'll want to see them, because traditionally in tarot, if court cards aren't really talking about an individual or personality, knights often just can indicate movement towards or movement away, that there's something action oriented happening within that topic. And cups is the love suit, the relational suit. So having a Knight of Cups show up in a love reading is definitely something I'm looking for, and typically would like to see, depending on the cards around it. Just could you just look at he's I think all the cup suits have those little red solo party cups, which I think is just so sweet and so fantastic. Um, we have Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I just love his deck. As you can see, I probably wouldn't use it for clients, but for myself, I have a good old time. We have this sweet, oh goodness, this sweet Empress. And then look at this Devil card. So the Devil card for me is a complicated card, and one that can be indicative of a lot of things in a reading for me. But when it comes to love, this is typically a card that can be problematic when we're talking about love. It can mean infidelity and its worst aspect, or even obsession, a relationship that's driven more by chemistry than anything else. And that's perfectly fine if you want a relationship that's chemistry forward. But it depends on the other cards, because the devil is also the Lord of Secrets. So it tends to lend to a more darker interpretation, unless there's some other cards that are really going to lighten that for me. Seven of Swords. That's interesting that these are right next to each other. So it's funny, that this deck is so lighthearted, but the two cards that are real can be really problematic when they show up in a love reading are right next to each other. So what I'm seeing here is the Seven of Wands. I think that's a weasel. Look at his little eyebrows, like he's very determined in his dastardliness. Seven of Swords is typically called the card of the thief. Therefore, in love readings, it often can mean that somebody is not being honest, and it can mean infidelity. Excuse me. So yes, it can mean that, like the relationship, someone's not being honest, something is being hidden, and the thing that's being hidden would be harmful to the person it's being hidden from. It's not an innocent thing. Now, if I get a reading with the both of these together in a love reading, we're going to watch out big time, because that is just difficult to navigate in a reading. Oh, Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is a wonderful knight. So when we're looking at love readings, relationship readings, I would tend towards reading Knight of Pentacles more as a personality type than movement in a relationship. So, like the beaver that is being portrayed in this image, Knight of Pentacles is one of my favorite men in the tarot the Pentacle world, or the tarot world, because Knight of Pentacles just often indicates just a very stable personality. And also, I tend to see them as quite chivalrous, really wanting to make sure that the people they are engaged with, relationally wise, are taken care of. And they tend to have a subtle romantic streak. These are the kind that would maybe put their coat down so you don't have to step your beautiful, stiletto heels in a mud puddle or whatever it is. And they're just steady eddies. That doesn't always float everybody's boat, but I have enough personality for 2 people, so I don't mind, like, the easygoing person to accompany me. 10 of Pentacles. Now, this is a very interesting interpretation, that, it's interesting that they've chosen the raccoon. So 10 of Pentacles would be another tarot card, that I would definitely look at or look for in a relationship reading, because 10 of Pentacles is traditionally the castle, the protection. It's the family unit, but in a more, like a physical way, or a home way. For me, it's an alternate type of 10 of cups. It's interesting that the raccoon is, that's so cute. Look, it's doing a little disco point. Like to the main pentacle. It's so hilarious. It's doing a disco point. But raccoons, I wouldn't see them as typically, animals that would have like a protective domicile. To me, that would probably be more like a turtle, or an elephant, even like something very stable and very grounded. Whereas to me, raccoons feel like either air or fire like creatures. But this is typically, quite a positive reading when we're looking at love. Oh, and this right here. This is the card that everybody wants, right? So we have 2 of Cups here. 2 of Cups is that traditional romance card. But I don't just like in a love reading, of course, I'm going to look at this. But in general, when it shows up, I really just see it as 2 people coming to accord, 2 people really understanding each other, having true intimacy. They're vibing on the same level, and all looks good for now. I think it's really sweet that they use the seahorses for, this card, because they share pregnancy together. Now, wouldn't that be nice for you? Here, you carry this one for a while. I got stuff to do. And Page of Cups. So Page of Cups is another kind of love card. It's funny, we're getting all these cards showing up very soon in the deck. But Page of Cups, when it means, like a personality, I often see it as a very sweet and innocent person, a very sensitive person, typically an empath, could be part of that. uh they wear their heart on their sleeves. But the issue with them is that often they're not very good with boundaries, and they can run into trouble, if somebody who does not have the best intention in mind, gets involved with them. Now, when it's not a personality and we're just looking at information around a love reading, Page of Cups for me denotes all the pages traditionally are messengers. So what we're seeing is messengers of relationships and love. This card often comes up when, maybe they met online, or that they were, there's some distance element, and there's a lot of texting back and forth or emailing back and forth. Often I would see the Page of Cups for that maneuver. Yeah, Susan, you ready for a question? Let me go through a few more here, and we'll do you up. So we have Ace of Swords. I think that's so adorable with the owl. We have this beautiful bird. So Ace of Swords in the love reading can often denote really needing to have a very awkward conversation filled with truth. And it can also mean really having to parlay into boundaries keeping for yourself. Five of Pentacles typically is the card of poverty. This is not a card that you want to see in a love reading, if it's a love reading that you would like. King of Pentacles, very similar to Knight of Pentacles in many ways, but I tend to like as a personality, I would say the King of Pentacles is like, oh, like a, like kind of like an Italian dad kind of vibe is how I always see him. Very, very traditional values, more set in his ways, tends towards conservatism, very much shows that he loves, through, like, buying you things or making sure that you're materially, like, taken care of. This guy is not going to write you a poem typically, but yes, Marion, hi, it is the animators deck. Isn't it adorable? It's so cute. I love it so much. I can't get enough of it. Though I don't really use it with clients because they're like, why are you playing with the children's deck with me? So King of Pentacles is kind of like that Italian, stereotypically Italian dad or man, like, like, hey, what do you need? What do you need? They're not going to write you a poem, but you're going to get a really nice necklace for Valentine's Day. Like, they're very much, their love language legit is gift giving. So Susan asked for a question, the relationship between her and her adult daughter. How can we make it best? So I'm going to grab these bad boys. And Marion, if you have a love or relationship question, I would be so happy to do that for you and do that with you. Oops. Oh yeah, there's 10 of Cups, by the way. It's so cute. All these little jellyfish, and they're smiling. I don't know if you could see that, but look at all the hearts with all their little party cups. It's just so adorable. All right, Susan, let's see what we've got here. Because there's only a few of us tuning in on YouTube, though at 3:30, I will be transferring over to Instagram and doing readings there from 3:30 to 4. And so if you want to follow me over there, you are more than welcome to. Oh, and while I'm doing this, I do have a quick shameless plug if you guys don't mind. I just launched a new course. I downloaded it from the muses down into the world in literally 24 hours, nuts, bolts, and all. It is called Inbox Intuitive. If you're a reader or intuitive who sees the writing on the wall when it's coming to social media and you're not sure what the heck you need to do, boy, don't I have a solution for you, my dear, and that is you need to get your newsletter game going. Newsletters have always been my primary mode of marketing because the ROI on every penny spent with newsletters, something like 4,200% ROI. It blows any other thing, including any social media, out of the water. So you can find that at my website, www.jennamatlin.com. And it's open now. The early bird pricing is up and class begins on April 3rd. So if that feels right to you, definitely take a look and reach out with any questions. All right, Susan. So let's see what we've got here. The texture on these are a little odd for tarot cards. They're like super like bendy. They feel like I've seen these kind of cards in like board game texture, where it's like very, very flimsy and very bendy. Like they're not easy to shuffle or handle because of that reason. So just an FYI for those of you who are interested in having them. I mean, in no way do I think that detracts from it, but it's just something to keep in mind. Okay, Susan, so we have Queen of Cups in the first position. We have the Hermit. We have Three of Wands. We have the High Priestess. Let me see if I can I squeeze one more card in this lineup that you will be able to see. Let me see if I can back up even more. Haha, success. Oh, and King of Cups. That is very interesting. So just intuitively, I feel like you and your daughter are the king and the queen. And my sense is that you're the queen and your daughter is the king. So we don't always see kings and queens in a gendered fashion, but more about how the nature of that suit is expressed. And queens tend to be a very, like, to give an example, like a queen of cups. Oh my gosh, all my nurses, all my nurses clients, of which I have so many, tend to be Queen of Cups, where there's a very nurturing and caretaking capacity, whereas King of Cups still has that, but they're often more of a broader audience appeal, less one-on-one, more larger audience. So you may see a elementary school teacher could be King of Cups, or a church minister could be King of Cups. There's often a little bit more of like a leadership among a group, and seeing love relationships in like big systems kinds of ways, whereas the queen is very much like this one-to-one aspect. And of course, one is not higher than the other in the way that I look at it. It's just different expressions. So I see the two of you kind of bookending this, and then you have 3 cards in the middle. And it's interesting because we have the Hermit, we have 3 wands right in the middle, and then we have the High Priestess. I feel, and I wonder if the relationship that both of you tend to kind of go into your own orbits, you're doing your own thing, you're living your own lives, and there gets like a comfort level with that. So how do we make it better? It's really about creating more opportunities to do things together, not necessarily things where we're talking out all of our feelings all the time, because cups will do that. And sometimes that can actually be counterproductive. So with the High Priestess here, a lot of intuition, a lot of stuff coming up from the depths. And I would say the Hermit is often like that as well, which is kind of like cutting out external stimuli in order to hear the call of the universe and the call of wisdom in some way. But with that 3 of Wands, it says that when you two come together, um, that there needs to be more of that, and it has to be around some kind of activity or trip or hobby, something a little more somatic, something a little more outwardly focused. So I hope, Susan, that was a solid reading for you. Okay, Marion, randomly met an ex from 13 years ago online, girl. Okay, we've exchanged a few good messages. Oh, nothing since Sunday. Should I leave it in the past? She is not fussed either way about it, friends. All right, what is up with the blast from the past? That's interesting that he went radio silent like right before Valentine's Day, huh? Oh, very good. Makes sense. Oh, good, Susan. I'm glad it was helpful. All right, Marion's going to be my last one. After that, I am moving over to Instagram. If you have Instagram, or you can watch from your browser on your computer, it's instagram.com / Jenna Matlin. And you can watch from your device or from your own Instagram account. I will be there. I would be happy to do more readings. Okay, let's see here. How am I sounding? Am I sounding good? I got like, like I upgraded and got like a real microphone, like a grown-up streamer microphone. He was like, I don't want any pressure. I don't want her. I'm not ready for that. Oh, no. All right. Well, we have 7 of Cups. Isn't this adorable? Look at the narwhal. Oh, so cute. Ooh, Marion. Ten of Swords. No. Three of Cups. The Hanged Man. And finally, Six of Cups. Okay, well, this feels very, very straightforward for me. That Six of Cups in that final position, right? Six of Cups is the card of nostalgia. And so we are seeing the sweet dolphin chilling in their rocker. I would probably say like grandma energy, looking at some sweet dolphin kids that she just adores and is thinking about when her kids were young. So, Marion, I really think that this was more of a walk down memory lane and maybe even a sense of is like kind of I don't know, is there a knock on the door, is there a chink in the wall? But I would be, if I were you, I would be well advised to stay very far away from this individual. We have, oh my God, look at that. And look, his little eyes are crossed out. So sweet and terrible at the same time. Not the iguana. And then we have the that looks like a dart frog. If anyone knows. The Hanged Man, which is just like this is a non-starter. And I wonder if this dude hurt you in the past. Because that Ten of Swords is like, there's something that maybe isn't resolved there, or some kind of trauma that's like, this person may not be so safe for me at this time. So we have to be careful with those blasts from the past show up and then they just kind of go away. That often can be a red flag for someone who is a bit narcissistic. So I would proceed with caution, my dear. So to finish up our minute, I'm just going to like go through some of these other super, super cute cards so you guys can run and get them yourself. Sorry, I've got like all these, like, you guys, you don't want to see what's on the other side of what looks like I'm put together. It is like a nest of wires. So like, I feel like this rig looks like it's from the Matrix and I've got all these screens. It's insane. Why is life so complicated? So here you know what I like about this is that it's super matte. So you see there's a bit of a glare from my light, which try as I might, I've never been able to be completely glare free, and there's no glare at all. So it's in that for someone who does readings like this is a huge plus in that favor. Yeah, he was a bit of a doormat. Oh, the Ten of Swords is him, Marion. Oh, I have to hear the story. Okay, so Five of Swords. I don't know what this is, but I guess it's trying to be a porcupine. Five of Swords is absolutely not a card that you ever want to see when it comes to romantic entanglements, because to me, it's really saying that these two couples, they're not working together. They tend to be kind of adversarial or argumentative within the relationship, and I don't think those things tend to work very well long term. So anyways, there you have it. Happy Valentine's, happy Galentines, and happy just, I don't know, tines. I don't know, like whatever you're doing, wherever you are, love is for everybody, even when it's just love for us. Most importantly, when it's love for us, actually. The rest is just a mess. So hopefully I'll see you over at Instagram. Next week, I am totally blanking out. Oh, yes. Next week, I am going to have Thomas the Hermit and we're going to talk about his newest book, Court Card Awakenings. And we're going to do a super fun activity from that book. If you love court cards, hate court cards, you want to show up. I also have all of my YouTubes now finally scheduled and ready to go through March. So you can go to my page, go under lives, and just hit little reminders just to make sure that you're coming and hanging out with me. And we get to hang. And that's what I love. So Lots of love to you. Take good care, and hopefully I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Now if I can just, there we go.